Hello.
Good morning. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Together we're Bars and Bells, and this is our weekend workout where we encourage you to add some play to your Saturday or any day in the archive. We're going to start with our wrists, move in some mobility through the shoulders, then do the same from the ankles all the way to the hips. We'll roll around, so let's get on the floor to start. Any questions, comments, always use that chat feature. We met someone from the UK last week and we rolled around like her favorite four-legged creature. And today we'll explore others. What's your favorite animal? And we'll get that going too. With those hands first, the favorite and dreaded first knuckle push-ups. Look between the hands. Keep the spine nice and long. Press into the first knuckles and then the fingertips turning white. Press through the floor, maintaining contact across all knuckles and stiff or straight elbows, and then slowly crush or press down to the floor, screwing in, building that connection to the floor. Repeat one or two more. First knuckle push-up. I personally need more weight on my index finger there. It wants to peel up. So I'm really making that effort to stay grounded through the index and then press down. Press the floor away in much the same fashion and then shake it out. That's one of my favorite wrist mobility drills. What about you?
I've been liking our fists lately. So take your fists and put your knuckles down on the ground. Try to have more of those 1 and 2 knuckles down than numbers 3 and 4. From here, keep your shoulder packed, elbows straight, blood donation forward. Try to roll over the hand, opening it up, spreading the fingers wide, pinkies down, middle is down. Ring, I was forgetting about that one. Index and thumb are spread wide. And then push the back of the hand into the floor to push away. And back up to that fist. Same thing other side. Shoulders packed straight. Open up. Ooh. Okay, let's talk about each finger. Pinkies down. Ring. Middle. Index. Thumb. And then push away to back up. We have one more each side. If that was enough, do the same. If you'd like more, roll over, but keep the fist. Don't let any of the fingers open. Not even a smidgen.
Lauren's an all or none kind of person here.
That's right. Doesn't feel good this morning to be all or none kind of person. And then, sorry, we switched hands if I didn't express that. And back to our knuckles.
Yeah.
And then shake it off.
Nice. Wrists. Okay, let's do those elbows. So from a tall stance like I am, or standing could be okay as well. Just stiffen those elbows. Turn the palms to face the back. Turn the palms to face the front. Then pretending we have a nice heavy barbell in our hands here, let's do a little biceps curl to mid-station. Then open up those hands again. And then turn over and turn up, but then turn over again. And now get in towards this W shape that we'll get into a little bit later in today's practice. And from here, turn the palms to your face. Now cramp up those biceps, press through this heavy concrete wall in front of you, and make this effort of straightening the elbows pretty tough. Woo. All the way down. Shake.
Whew.
Shake.
Whew.
Don't forget those shakes. Come on back down to all fours. Let's talk to the shoulder blades for a quick moment, and then we'll get talking to the shoulder joint in one more way. With those hands on the floor, knees down will be a little bit more of an easy progression here. Pull the armpits low as to depress the scaps. Then push the floor away as to protract. Then elevate the shoulders in a shrug. And then retract the shoulder blades. Pull down. Push away. Elevate, retract, and then let's switch directions. Elevate, push down, depress or pull those armpits to your hips, and then a retraction, and one more time, elevate, push the floor away, and then depress her down, and retract. Then press that floor away, and relax. This is one of the favorites in the studio we've shared with our new students. It's one of the hardest moves as well. It's super subtle. Put an arm out to the side and place a hand on this pec or front part of the shoulder. Looking at the blood donation and then the palm of the hand, from the shoulder, slowly rotate, internally rotating, on the shoulder that your biceps tendon or that armpit elbow here, the pit of the elbow, turns towards down. Then externally rotate like our arm bar move. Now we're maintaining the scapular stability back here, and just for one or two more, try to turn the humerus, or that shoulder bone up here, in the socket. Just a little bit of WD-40 in there. Then turn it back up. One more, same thing, or less. Hopefully that could feel like just a nice stretch across our biceps tendon. And again, just a little bit of movement here. Same thing other side. It's subtle, but again, small movements like this aim to help the mobility overhead. So the shoulder blade is staying still. The humerus is rotating in. Things to ask, are you overusing your hand, wrist? Or are you keeping that tricep nice and extended and really trying to get that rotation from the shoulder? We won't spend too much more time on that. It's pretty darn tough. But every once in a while, just make sure every little joint has a little wiggle room. One more time with the shoulders, a little bit bigger style here. From a W, we could also be tall or standing, or seated for that matter. Shrug your shoulders once. That'll be useful in our handstand, but for right now, hold them low. Take the hands towards the back of the head. Nice straight elbows.
Bent over.
Nice straight wrists through the hand there. Now we're going to pull down those armpits and straightening out the elbows now. Try to go towards the YMCA, but it might end up, say, at the TCA, and that would be okay too. From here, pull back towards it, hands to the back of the head. Make sure that those shoulders are pulling low, and then keeping those armpits low, try to get towards that YMCA. Stiff elbows, and then a nice bend on the elbow. And can we do that one more time where we'll pull down those armpits? And for the last time, try to extend through those elbows, getting to the YMCA here. And then back towards the head. And then elbows to ribs, to the W, and then flex. So you have a quick joint by joint warm up with the low body as well. And for that, I'm going to sit like this. I'm going to take my hand. I'm going to lace it between my fingers.
Toes, between your
toes. My finger toes here. From here, we're going to make sure that these shin bones don't really move. And if you see this, we're also trying to contain that action from the hip for now. So, grabbing on here, lacing between like we have those yoga toe spreaders, foot in a plantar or pointed position, and for 2 repetitions, nice and slow, bring the foot towards the face or the ceiling, and then pulling around into the dorsiflexion shape. And then there's going to be more of a push action through the upper body versus a pull at that point. So if we're at our pointed foot, can you feel the pulling action to guide through to about this mid-station or dorsiflex shape? And then it's this push action to get down. Let's just do 2 the other direction. From plantar flexed, we'll go away from the body. And now we're going to pull towards the face or the ceiling and just nice and slow back to the plantar flex foot. That's an amazing stretch for me across the top of my foot.
Oh, I'm getting a massage on my...
And the quad massage over here, yeah. So maybe one more time there, nice and slow. Towards again that point. And then gently let go, wiggle it around, and switch sides. So again, lace those fingers between the toes. Did I say it right that time?
Yeah.
Good. And again, you might not fit all in there, and that's okay. But just try to get that nice connection. So slowly we'll pull towards our plantar flexed foot here, or the ballet point, because we're going to point the toes in the handstand too. And then gently pulling towards the body. Once we get towards that dorsiflex shape in the foot, it becomes more of that press or push away from the body. Safely challenge your ankle circle here. making sure that this knee isn't coming up too much. But again, use the power of the core to stabilize it rather than the overpress with the hands. That's 2 repetitions for me in that one direction, and that will switch. So going away from the body first, then pulling it back up. And then one more time. Ooh, heard a little crack there. So is that a good kind of crack? Or the, hey, don't go there again today kind of crack? And then gently unlace those hands and toes and wiggle. Let's get on our back, or from a seated position. Lauren will be on her back to show. Sitting tall or in any posture that's comfortable for you, take the knee and flex it or bend. From there, internally and externally rotate on the knee. Again, one of those super subtle movements that we can work on in a later practice as well. But gently at the knee, turn out. The toe might be gently off to the side. Then add a deep knee bend. Then light tension for now, but bend the knee with the power of the hamstring. And then lightly overcome that tension by extending through the quads or the front of the knee. Hold in a 1/1000, and then just nice and slow on the way home, no slingshots. Then at the knee, do an internal rotation so that the foot might slightly turn that inwards direction from the knee. Then add a deep knee bend. Grip it with the hamstring to a safe level, and then override with the quad, if you will, as you go into the extension. Lauren's keeping her knee in the same place, and I'm trying to do the same. Then again, once you're at the top, just in a nice, slow control ride all the way home. Let's just do the same thing on the other side for 1 rep each. Working on that hamstring strength and mobility will help us reach those legs towards the sky in our splits, as well as in the handstand tucks and everything else. Go from that. Ready to go? Okay, so we have a gently externally rotated knee. Then we'll add the deep knee bend. Gripping or grabbing some weight with that hamstring. Slowly override it with the quad, but never let go. Help support with both sides of the body. Hold 1/1000, and then slow on the return. Then, for 1 repetition left, gentle internal rotation on the knee. Don't forget to add that extra knee flexion or the knee bend here. And then from that position, super slow, the knee stays stable, extend, and then nice and control, back home. For 1 more movement, on that general warm-up here, let's get on the hands. We'll be doing our hip circle from all 4s.
Yay!
So we'll start here, where we'll pull a knee forward, flexing the hip, keeping the tailbone long. Then the knee reaches out to the side, keeping the hips level. We would internally rotate the hip, meaning taking the foot and working it towards the ceiling, and then pulling it around the back. Then our knees again are in line, and then flexing or pulling the hip forward towards its safe pull forward. How far can it go? And then reverse our direction. Extend the hip, maintain that rib to core hip connections. In the hip extension, we can gently open up that the inseam of the pant would face the ground, and then bringing that nice bent knee around towards these stiff elbows. Pull in, extend the hip to parallel legs. Take a quick second off those hands if you need it. And let's do that 1 more time on the other side. So wide open hands, nice neutral long neck. Take your time in that setup, stiff elbows. Now pull your other leg up into that hip socket or off the floor, and then flex the hip, meaning tailbone goes long, crown stays heavy through the head there, and the knees forward. Then take the knee towards the outside of the body. As we slowly open up towards the side, the inseam faces towards down. Then we do that internal rotation in the hip, taking the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, and then hug that center line out the back. From there, flex the hip coming forward towards those elbows or towards the goal line at the hands there, and then extend to the back. Are your ribs and hips still connected? Then we do that nice external rotation in the hip, keeping our hips nice and level. Pull the knee towards those stiff elbows. And then underneath the hip. And relax. Yes. Let's take our time coming up. Maybe you need a sip of coffee or a sip of water. And we'll just do one quick walk. Have a little bit of fun in this horse stance walk. And then, time to handstand. Working on those lighting conditions. Lauren's off stage. We'll be right back here. So to start this walk, could we start in our plie position or that first position? We'll need more room eventually, Lauren. You back up, you take us through this, and I'll travel this way.
Horsing.
Yeah.
All right, from that parallel position, we'll take a single leg, a slightly lateral, slightly forward stride. Shifting our weight out. Nice. Sitting low, but staying tall in that spine. Now, load up that bent knee, pulling the other heel to heel. Good. And then the other way. Point, toe ball, heel, pull the floor as you go over. Knee pushes over the toe. We're still tall. We'll take that back leg, pull it heel to heel. Point, toe ball, heel. Pull on the floor to push yourself over. Stay tall. Heel to heel. One more. Toe ball, heel. Accept the floor and pull. Heel to heel. Okay, I lied. Two more. Point, toe ball, heel. Push off that back leg. Absorb. Stay low. Stay tucked. Last one. Toe ball, heel. Knee pushes over that toe. And then I'm going to lose you, but push those heels down and extend up tall. Nice.
Nice. Working on some of those fun walks, keeping those hips going, the balancing, and always finding those new ways to move. Let's go to our wolf crawls for today. So to get there, let's do our fold today.
Fold.
Working on that compression word. If we gently look towards the ceiling, a little bit of extension through the head and neck, then slowly bring the crown of the head high, the chin to low, and pull the rib cage to the hips. Pulling, rounding through the spine, and then maybe bending the knees. Bend the knees to keep the head in the same trajectory towards the ground as we fold. You can work on stiffening those legs a little bit later. Then from here, walk out to hands and knees. Very much that same position we were in the hip drum. Now from here, let's hover.
Both knees.
Both knees off the ground. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then down. Now take a left hand forward and a right knee forward. Now hover here. 3, 2, 1, down. Then right arm, left knee, stride, lift land together, raise, and down. Perhaps for the next 20 seconds, continue in that pattern, or follow along with Lauren and I as we crawl around in a complete hover for 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So again, opposite arms working as a team here.
Opposite arm and leg.
Arm and leg, excuse me, yep. And we can go forwards and backwards, sideways, diagonal ways.
No tipping though. Keep that bowl of water on your back.
Yep. And like 3 more seconds here, exactly, Lauren. And then down. We get into kneeling with the feet pointed, Lauren, sitting on her bum.
I was waiting for full instructions.
From here, take a hand, place it on the ground, and then take the other hand and try to reach through that window, and then press back to center. Same thing other side. Hand, a little bit of a bend, a little bit of gateway here, and try to reach through. Whew. Lauren's butt came off of her heels there. Wonderful. Mine didn't on that side.
I can't not.
And I don't know why. I know I didn't get very far. So that's very good here. So place the hand, butt couldn't come off, reach through, press away, return. And then I need to get my butt off here to make a move. But that is a little bit different on that side. and then back.
I'm so comforting it down here.
Good. We'll work on those rolling patterns in just a second again. But here, can we spend about 20 more seconds on those hands?
Bears.
The wolfing bear crawl here.
Wolves.
So again, 20 seconds working on nice control core strategies.
Ooh.
Are your wrists saying, bring it on? This is a handstand fun play practice. I can do more. Or your hands saying, hey, that's a lot of work on my wrists. So listen to the body, build some endurance, and then take some rest. Right on. The progression off of that roll could be the following.
Placing the hand down, tucking the chin, hello, rolling over the shoulder. Place the hand down. Oh, whoa, you did that differently.
Did I?
Yeah.
My hand might have been different.
You didn't reach through. You did this.
Mm.
Reach through, that back of the shoulder finds the floor. Sorry. The chin tucks towards the chest. Use your feet. And try to be soft on your landings.
How are those rolls going? Do you have room at home to roll around a little bit?
I can't see you, I'm going.
Yeah, you got room. You have clearance. Clearance.
That's harder.
Nice. I like that arm through there, but as I did that more, I don't. If we're going to do the full roll over, I like that idea to get the reach going. But if we do progress that into the other one, the arm out to the side is a little more forgiving on the shoulder. So let's work on that at a later date. But always looking for those ways to improve and feel the movement in a little different way. There is a alpha and an omega in a wolf tribe pack. So an omega stance, let's sit in our nice tall proud squat for 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I'm the alpha.
Looking over. So again,
might be
thinking
bigger,
proud chest, thinking nice spreading knees. Maybe you could play and shift some of your weight around. Making some nice sound effects. That's all good too. And for maybe 5 more seconds, is that a ton of time down here?
Is this how wolves fight?
Wolves can do anything.
They can.
But from here, let's get on the ground. And then let's just play around like that omega. Maybe roll the other way, meaning some log rolls from elementary school. So could we take our arms towards overhead and roll onto your front like a log roll. Ooh. And then roll onto your back. And roll as you can. Explore your rolling patterns here. Maybe it's the upper body. Maybe it's that low body. Have a little fun on the rolls here. Be creative. And there we go. Now we're going to get to focus on those handstand drills today.
Like this.
Those mobility and strength drills like that. Nice line, Lauren. Pointed toes, stiff knees, rib cage down. I should maybe be open in a handstand unless you really want to add that.
I like this handstand for today.
So working on the crawls, working on those core strategies, those are part of our handstand journey. Build the endurance and those skills before we try something like Lauren and I will get into with our walkouts and then some wall stands. So we'll start low. We'll take turns. It'll be I go, you go. All will be performing about 3 repetitions, and then Lauren will go. Follow one of us. If you've never done this before, maybe watch first, and then we'll have some fun with our movement clock for some balance and more walkouts.
All right, so from the knees, tucking your hips under, bracing your abs, connecting your ribs and hips. Start with your hands underneath your shoulders, and then from here, slowly maybe take a step forward, extended plank. Walking out as far as you can, keeping that nice hollow tucked position. We should feel all core in the front. Ian's not using the wall, is he, that cheater?
Maybe. Let's see. Let's make it harder.
Hey, my turn.
I think I want to do 3 in a row.
Oh, you're going to do 3 in a row.
Eat up my airtime here. I'm going to walk myself right into you.
Oh, no, you're on the screen.
Honestly, it wasn't that much easier or difficult with the wall.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't cheating with his toes on the wall. Doing this from that kneeling position, that modified position for now. Tucking under, squeezing your butt. I'm sure it doesn't feel too modified when you're doing it. Nice. And breathe. and then be able to get back out of it.
Whew. Recover in any position that's available to you. We like to call this our mer person position. So again, Lauren has hips.
That's
okay.
No, it's
the
the
knees.
knees.
Okay, wait, just get your knee pad.
Sorry. I'll try to suck it up. Oh.
Nothing wrong with needing a little knee pad. Absolutely nothing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, gymnasts, when they're doing these skills, they're not doing it on a rubber floor. Sure, there's crazy people who could do it on asphalt. No need for that. Make it nice and secure. There we go. Now look at that strength. Hold for a 1/1000 or similar, and then walk back. There will be some flex in those elbows, but keep them stiff. Think moving from the shoulder blade rather than the elbow. Not easy. Really nice line there, Lauren. Breathe. I'm having a hard time breathing for you, truthfully, as we take our time back in. And then one more. Great. Stiffen those elbows, gripping the floor, turning those fingertips white to add that nice stability to that movement there. Nice walk in, nice and strong. Today, I kind of just feel like doing it from my knees. I could probably do it from my full planks position, but this is feeling like it's a good workout for me where I can stay nice and strict. So let's just do that one more time.
I actually almost find it harder.
Well, I think you're more aware of your core, so you can make it harder on your abs, I think. Okay.
All right, Ian's turn.
Same thing.
Set up, walk yourself out, keeping your shoulders braced, tucked under, nice. Butt squeezed, breathing. Getting to that most extended hollow position. I'll make sure Ian has his full air time here. He's worried about that.
Thank you. Gotta make sure that my male modeling career gets taken off here.
Yeah. Mine too. If you're looking for any 5'2" models.
Hey, you
three,
5'3" and a quarter.
I am. Nice controlled. Great.
Holy cow. I'm in my other sided mer person position here. Watching Lauren do her thing. I love Lauren's little kneeling back squat there. That was a really cool position too. Bring those hips up though, Lauren. Yeah, that's the line. Nice. Squeezing the bum. Great. Yeah, check yourself out. But you look great there. Nice and strong. Underneath. Watch those hamstrings on that.
No, it's just still my knee.
Nice and slow to walk out. Good. Breathing. And then pressing back. Finish like you could do one more. Sure looks like Lauren's staying strong here. Maintain that form to the very end. Beautiful line. Are you breathing though?
Yeah.
Great. Because I have a tough time breathing when I'm in that position.
I'm breathed.
Let's take our time getting up. Anyhow you want. And we'll get working on that movement clock. Here we go. So for our movement clock, start in the center. I'm going to move over just a hair here. Keep the leg that's still, super stiff and heel heavy. The leg that moves will go heel, ball, toe, ball, heel. Then push forward through the front leg and back through the back, and ultimately push more forward to come back. Then same thing, pick up the foot and then toe ball heel on a landing, an 1/8 of a turn, or at like 2 o'clock on that clock face, press center. Pick up the foot, land toe ball heel, hips forward, push that way to come back. Add a rotation here as you try to face in your corner. Toe ball heel on the landing, press back. Small stride at the back now. Toe ball heel. And here, keep a nice upright, say squats position here. Beautiful stiff leg in the front, Lauren, and then push off the back.
Think you have been practicing?
Same thing, the other direction. Pick up that foot through the foot. Use the foot and then land toe ball heel, stiff leg in the back. Push forward to return center. Pick up the foot, land toe ball heel. Push to center. Lateral facing foot, forward facing hips. Push, center. Now slow on the rotation. Rotate on that plant leg. And then land toe ball heel. And push, center. Last one to the back, bend the knee, extend the hip. toe ball heel, sit low, and press to tall. Walkouts, wall walks, what are you saying? Some wall walks just for some seconds?
Yeah.
In Lauren's practice not too long ago, this next drill, she was working on 1 minute intervals for 5 rounds. Pretty darn crazy. We're going to work today just for 15 seconds, introducing our wall stand drill here, where we do like to use our wall in our handstands practice, but often it's the facing the wall that's the hardest. So that's what we'll be doing here. I'm just going to go 15 seconds. Lauren will talk about this drill, and then we'll get going here. So
and I'm going to also say, if you don't have a wall to walk up or don't want to walk up the wall, you can go back to those extended planks we just did from the knees. Okay, but if you're with Ian, hands go on the floor, feet slowly walk up the wall, and hope his feet are clean on my nicely and new painted walls, but it doesn't matter because we're having fun. Now, walking yourself almost nose to the wall or as close as you can get it, making sure you're pushing the floor away, elevating those shoulders, about 5 more seconds, trying to stay tucked under and push, get that extension through T-spine, then safe and dismounted.
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 So again, I go, you go. You're either following along with me, listening to Lauren, or following along with Lauren as I cue her here. Or taking cues from her. So again, we walk the feet up the wall, and that hollow position that we were in the rolls is present here. Hands are gripping the floor like those first knuckle push-ups, stiffening elbows, tucking under. And again, if we're going for 15 seconds, she might count to 5 in her head here, reaching for the sky with pointed toes, and then a nice little graceful dismount. That'll be my turn. Often, we like to give at least 1-to-1 types of rest here. Ooh. So the I go, you go helps us standardize that rest. T-shirt.
I go, you go, you go, I go. It's like from one plant family to the next here. Palmy to fiddly. All right, Ian's walking back up the wall again. Hands are pushing into the floor. Shoulders are elevated, pushing the floor away. He's looking at the wall. So either you're looking at the wall or just between your hands, but not too much out in front of you. Push, push, push up. Nice T-spine extension. I kind of forgot to time, but 3-2, safe dismount. Nice. Nice.
Thank you for saying T-spine extension, because I was really trying to get that on that set. T-spine, again, is say that portion of our spine at the ribs. The extension is just that ability to stay tall without bending backwards. Not easy. So Lauren's up there for 15 seconds. Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe in. If you can see the toes there, she's doing a little bit of a pull-off. Take your time as you integrate that. And maybe do one leg first as to pull one leg off and then back. And that's 15 seconds, Lauren. And then down. Woo! Cool. Let's just take a break off of the wall stands or your walkouts, and let's do another version of that movement clock. This time, the leg that stays centered is going to do the bending, and the other leg will be stiff. Ready to go?
Yes.
So, bend the standing leg that pushes the other leg out front. Even though it's out front, think pulling back. Then extend the standing leg. Then reach again out to that diagonal, 10 o'clock. So even though the leg's out here, I want you to think about pulling in and standing tall. Lateral facing foot, forward facing hips, and up. Now keep the hips forward as you reach a leg toward the back corner, and stand up. And it might not be so big again, but to the back, keeping your upper body upright. Good job, Lauren, that looks great. And then extend through. Same thing on the other side. The knee that bends drives that action. The other leg, think pulling in. Stand up. Reach to that corner. Pull into that hip socket again. And then up. And reach to the side here. This one is different. You're going to reach as far as you can out there. And then up. And reach as far as you can out that back corner. And up. And last time, center or straight back. That's the tough angle for me right there. Okay. And then we're up. Cool.
Cool.
Finishing off today's practice with just a series of I go, you go kick-ups. Working for about 30 seconds at a time. Lauren will do a series of kick-ups. I'll go after. Lauren likes her tripod kick-up. I'll do my step in. Pick your favorites. Practice both. And let's have fun for 2 quick sets here of these kick-ups. So 30 seconds working on that nice, beautiful split leg kick-up Lauren just showed there. Consistent with the other wall walks we've done, we're going to keep the shoulders over top of those wrists. Keep the elbows straight.
I was trying to save it.
And for 5 more seconds or so, finish on a good rep here. You might be tired by now, so maybe you're just watching for some form. Or definitely follow along for fun here. Okay, so here I
Tuck
go.
that shirt in.
30 seconds again.
Ian likes to step into that handstand and reach towards the floor. If you are doing that, making sure you're also pushing yourself away from the floor when you stand back up. Nice. And he's been working on, that's not a good example, but close, getting that top leg towards noon on the clock versus reaching over. Nice. That's better. Reaching straight up to the ceiling. See, the elbow bend. Trying to save it. Pushing the floor away. And then, yeah, getting out of that banana shape. Nice.
Whew. That was work. I need to get low again here. So Lauren will finish off with 1 more set. Trying to finish on strong repetitions with those stiff elbows. Nice kick-ups. Nice holds. Like those toes. One here. There you go. Yeah.
No.
Save it. Do 1 more set. 1 more set. 1 more set. Give it a little rest.
Watch the wall. Nice. Reaching to the sky. Pushing the floor away. Nice line, Ian. Look at that T-spine extension.
Okay.
And safe dismount.
So this is my 10-second handstand. I set that intention before I started, so I'm going to finish on that one. I know Lauren wants 1 more. Let's give her, you at home, and us the opportunity to get 1 more gorgeous rep here. Yep, that was good work. Good fight for that one. I'm just going to come a little close here just to help a little spot, maybe.
No.
There we go. Nice.
Whew.
So for today, I think those are some good reps to finish on. As Lauren just makes those adjustments from being upside down and visits us right side up here.
Finish my
We want
quad.
to thank you very much for joining us at today's practice.
Oops.
And we look forward to seeing you at a future session.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your membership. If you are not a member, visit barsandbells.com/become-a-member. And I think I got it right this time.
You did.
Great.
Just go to our website. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining again. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Together we're Bars and Bells. We'll train with simple skills to stay strong, and we'll always have fun. Thank you for joining. Have a
See you
good weekend.
soon.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.